What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to break down, step by step, how to escape from knee on belly as taught by the legendary John Danaher. Just a quick note, this technique comes from his instructional Pin Escapes and Turtle Escapes, which is part of his BJJ Fundamentals Go Further Faster series on BJJ Fanatics. I highly recommend checking it out. It's definitely worth the investment. I made this video to help you remember the technique more easily and to give you a clear step-by-step process you can keep with you, whether you're drilling the movement or trying to apply it during live training. Now, I have to admit, watching John Danaher's lessons can be a bit challenging at times. Whether it's the insane amount of detail, the deep conceptual explanations, or simply his soothing voice putting you to sleep, it's not always easy to stay focused. Let's get into it.
And in a knee on belly type situation, from here, the first thing we're going to do is get his hands down to the mat. So we're going to place our knee right here at our training partner's hip. And in one motion, I'm going to bump his body weight forward so his hands go off me and onto the mat. The minute they go onto the mat, we're going to shrimp our body out so that Mateus's knee is in front of my sternum. I don't want Mateus's knee over my body. Then it becomes very risky for me to turn into my opponent. He can go straight into mounted position and cause all kinds of problems. What I want is Mateus's knee here in front of my sternum, not over the far side of my body. That's going to create problems. Okay, so how are we going to ensure that that happens? Our training partner starts off in front of us. First things first, we position our knee right there on our training partner's hip, and we give a combination of bridge with the left foot and bump forward with the right knee. Then from here, we close our arm around our training partner's knee and we hit one big shrimp. And that's what puts my opponent's knee in front of my sternum. So once again, my opponent takes knee on belly position. From here, we put our knee on our training partner's hip and we bring his body weight forward. I put my elbow around my training partner's knee and we hit one big shrimp that puts his knee right in front of my sternum. Now, as he tries to put weight on me in this situation, it's very, very difficult. And it's relatively easy for us now to start coming up to our knees. From this position, we're in an excellent situation to go on the attack. A very good, simple first off attack here is a cutback because of the very nature of our position. I'm going to take my ear to my training partner's hip and we're going to cut back in this direction. Catch our training partner's leg and end up in a nice reversal down to the floor. Okay? Movements involved solo, so you can see exactly what they are. So we have an imaginary opponent out to our right hand side and he's taken the knee on belly position. We're going to position our knee right on the outside of his hip. Then we're going to hit a combination of bridge off the left foot, so there's a bridge action, and we're going to bump forward. So there's two forces at work here. One is a bridging force and one is a bumping force. Now we're going to take our arm around our training partner's leg and we're going to bring his knee in front of our sternum. So everything's here in front. I don't want his knee going over here so that he can end up in a mounted position. Then from this position, we use a back heist. I'm on my back and I heist up to my knees, and now we're in a good position to circle our opponent down to the mat. So once again, we're going to start with Mateus on two knees. Then he's going to get a grip and he's going to pop up to knee on belly, like so. This is how most people go into the position. Okay. Now we place our knee right there on Mateus's hip, and even though he's holding on tight to me, hips forward and holding me, pulling up on my body, making things uncomfortable, pulling up, making things uncomfortable, even from here we can hit a good little bridge action that brings everything forward. Now I capture my training partner's knee. I use a shrimping motion. Sometimes from here you can even just use a kind of a momentum of your legs to come through. Okay, I capture my training partner and we end up in good position here with our single leg in place. Look how my head comes up. That's what signifies the cutback. Even as Mateus is trying to bring his leg in this direction, my head position makes it very, very difficult. And from here, we capture our training partner's heel, and to finish the cutback, we pull the heel in, and usually we end up in a kind of a over-under position on our opponent, ready to start the passing game for a full reversal. Okay, let's have a look at the whole sequence again. Okay, we've got an opponent who started across our side. I feel his switching grips. Let's go back a step, Mateus. Here, this is clearly a cross-body pin. I feel Mateus's hands switching to belt and lapel. You know what's coming next. It's going to be knee on belly. That's the only movement that makes sense off this grip. Okay, so once again, anticipation. Here, he's chest to chest. This is a side pin. When I feel my opponent make a switch, you know it's going to be knee on belly any second now because of the grip that he's taken. Now, as he pops up, we place our knee right here at our training partner's hip. We're going to bridge off the left foot and snap the right leg forward and get his hands down to the mat. If his weight is on his hands, it's not on me. Right now, all the weight's on me. You can hear my voice as I'm bearing the strain. But the moment we bring him forward and capture the knee, now we have an ability to use either our legs in a shrimping motion or a whipping motion to come up. From here, it's all about my head position. I want my head coming in here to the classic cutback position where my ear goes towards his hip. He wants his leg going forward, and it's a battle of his leg against my head. If my head comes down, he wins the battle. So my whole thing is to use a post hand here on the floor. When he tries to bring the leg forward, I use my head position. Now my hand goes off the mat and captures my training partner's heel. He's going to want to put me back in guard. So you know that knee's going to come in. We're going to capture our training partner's far hip, and we now usually find ourselves in an over-under type passing situation. We'll be looking at a lot of over-under passing when we get to guard passing,